Good evening, everyone. My name is Robert Fry. I'm a senior forecaster here at the National Weather Service office in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and I'll be completing your weekly weather briefing this evening, Sunday, October 29th. So let's get started. First and foremost, we're going to talk about dense fog again, yet again. It will be possible ahead of an approaching cold front that's due into the region later later tonight and early tomorrow morning, Monday morning there. Fog could also mix with lingering smoke, enhancing the density and severity of the fog downstream. We'll talk about that more in the upcoming slides. Otherwise, mostly dry conditions with, unfortunately, very little beneficial rainfall expected over the next week. And at least early to midweek, below average temperatures. Frost is also possible Wednesday and Thursday morning, generally along and north of the I-10-12 corridor, maybe even near freezing for interior Mississippi counties, as well as the Escatawpa and Pearl River basins. So our current watches and warnings as of Sunday night, we do have a dense fog advisory generally along and east of the I-55 corridor. This, again, if it mixes with the smoke downstream of the ongoing fires, that will likely lead to an enhancement of the fog. So morning commutes may be a bit tricky out there Monday morning. In addition to that, for the mariners out there, we do have a small craft advisory in effect for all local waters, all Gulf waters, Mississippi Sound, as well as the tidal lakes through early to mid-week. In fact, some gusts out there may approach gale coming up on Tuesday. So it's still hurricane season. We've got two areas that we're watching out there. One just to the east of the Bahamas. There's a 40% chance of development with that system, but it's got about a day or day and a half maybe to develop into something before shear and dry air will take that out of the equation. And then we're also monitoring the Caribbean as a tropical wave is moving west across the central Caribbean, eventually the western Caribbean towards Central America. No immediate impacts are expected, at least for our local area. So again, dense fog. I really can't stress this enough. Let's highlight exactly where we're looking at the best potential. So I said along and east of I-55 Monday morning. The graphic here shows you the probabilities of seeing fog less than a mile in terms of visibility. That area in southeast Mississippi, the Mississippi Gulf Coast, Pearl River, also Walthall County may have the highest potential. And you notice it really drops off to the west. And what's going to decide this is actually the cold front moving through. Behind the cold front, it's going to be a little more windy. And also dry air is going to be filtering in behind it. So that's going to eliminate any fog concern. So right now it looks like the Baton Rouge metro, minus the eastern part of the metro there, will be actually behind the front with lower fog probabilities there in the morning. Now again, timing in the front will decide exactly who sees what in terms of the dense fog. So just specifically here, it looks like the I-59 corridor, I-10 corridor in Mississippi may be impacted here in terms of the greatest potential for fog coming up Monday morning. Halloween is this week, yep, on Tuesday, and guess what? It is going to be a bit chilly, which depending on if you like warm or cold, it's good news or bad news. So what we're looking at is mostly cool, breezy, decreasing clouds later in the day. Around trick-or-treat time, temperatures will be dropping from the upper 50s into the upper 40s throughout the evening, so dress appropriately, and as always, have a safe and fun Halloween out there, folks. So let's take a look at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, just going beyond midweek here with the cooler temperatures. We go back into slightly above, or we're expecting just lean above average for this time of the year for the 6 to 10 day behind this front, and once we start warming up again. For rainfall, the rainfall outlook, we've got equal chances, which as you know, or you probably know, this time of the year is actually our driest part of the year. So because of that, unfortunately, there's really no beneficial rainfall in sight, unfortunately, and we definitely could use it across the area. So summary of impacts, again, the main focus will be timing of the front tonight and dense fog potential. Ahead of this front, the best potential looks to be east of I-55, especially across the Mississippi Gulf Coast counties. As I mentioned, I-10, I-59 may have some visibility issues and fog concerns there in the morning. The first frost is possible Wednesday and Thursday morning along and north of the I-10 corridor. A little bit cooler there again along the Escatapa and Pearl River basins. So be sure to be ready to protect that tender vegetation outdoors. And again, still no beneficial rainfall in sight, unfortunately. So that's all I have for you this evening. Again, have a happy and safe Halloween out there. And reach out to us, as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or criticisms. Otherwise, everyone have a terrific week out there.